your punk over there and talk to Andre.
Man, shut your fat up, Papa. You could come with me. You with me or not?
Man, why don't Jake go with you?
Hell no, stop getting me into this.
Jake, Papa, y'all should just sign up too.
Nah. We said we gonna check it out.
The Wiz? Hell no, you on your own.
Yeah, man, I don't plays either.
I just want to talk to you.
Okay, well, there'll be plenty of time to talk at the auditions.
I'll see you later, Kevin.
Oh,
Let me ask her out.
do it now then.
You were friends and shit.
That ain't like you gonna catch up on.
Yeah, but they need to kick Ronisha the group. Sitting over there looking like a and sea donkey on steroids.
Alright.
Man, you blew it again. You ain't never go ask her
Man,
out.
shut up. I'm just picking my spot.
Take it long enough.
To be honest, I think she actually starting to feel me, bro.
Ain't nobody feeling you. I was thinking maybe
What?
we could go to the mall sometimes.
When?
This weekend.
Saturday, I'm going to the movies with Jake.
With boy Jake?
Yeah, he asked me.
You was taking too long.
Boy, that's foul. You was foul, Jake.
Man, you look like the Jake.
Hey,
Good have. I hope you have fun at your
man,
little
both of y'all need to chill and hug this
Man, I'm cool if he cool.
Both of y'all.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Mark Dark, and I'm back with another video. If you're new, if you love the Chi, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, like the video, and leave your theories, comments, everything down below. Now today we're going to be talking about the Chi Season 4. Jake has always been a snake. We're definitely going to talk about this. The majority of the fans of this show, I swear each and every week they've been saying the same thing over and over. And that is that your boy Jake has been on this since Season 1. He's always came at the girl that Kevin liked. So we're definitely going to talk about this in this video. Make sure you checked out my last video as well. Check out the playlist. Keep yourself updated on the Chi Season 4. And once again, we're going to get ready and prepare for Episode 7, which will be airing next Sunday. So we took a 1 week break. The show will be back next Sunday. So let's just talk about more of these storylines, get a little, detailed on this whole Jake, Kevin, and Gemma storyline once again. And like I said, check out my last video that I dropped about Jake, Gemma, and Kevin if you have not seen it. So this topic of discussion, it goes all the way back to Season 1. And for you guys that want to go back, trust me, go back and watch some of Season 1. Hell, just go back and watch, this, storyline as far as Kevin and Jake. The show felt completely different. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, your boy Papa, he was on a whole nother level in Season 1. He was, I would say, more gritty. He cussed way more. He seemed more raw, uncut. But that's just me. But when it gets to, of course, your boy Kevin and Jake, and Kevin's crush, Andrea, right? And this is Maisha's cousin. This is how, Maisha ended up getting brought into the storyline because of her cousin, which happened later on in the season or whatever. But everybody already knew that Kevin liked Andrea. That's who he wanted to be with. He was kind of hesitant on trying to ask her out. And of course, Papa, he was pushing him to ask her out. Jake was pushing him to ask her out. And she already knew that Kevin liked her. She was just waiting for him to ask her out. But when Kevin finally, had enough courage to go and step to her and ask her out, he found out the bad news that his homeboy, Jake, had already asked her out. And he was like, what? My boy Jake? And as y'all saw in that scene, she's like, yeah, he asked me out. And he was pissed. He was pissed. So that's when, of course, Kevin confronted him. They got into a little argument or whatever. Later on in the season, they did squash it and they came cool again. So be it. Kevin still ended up getting Andrea or whatever. That did not fall through. Her parents ended up talking about how she was not allowed to date until she turned 18. And then we didn't see any more of Andrea, right? At all. We didn't see her at all. But of course, we got Maisha, her cousin, instead. But I know a lot of the fans was asking, like, man, why didn't we see more of her character? Well, that's it. I don't know why we didn't see it. Maybe she can return, but as of right now, she's not here. But when we're talking about Jake and Kevin, it's just crazy that something like that happened. Now, I'm going to be 100% honest with you guys. What Jake did to Kevin, you see that all the time. I've seen it growing up, and even just in grade school. Hell, when you're in elementary, if it's a girl that's a pretty girl, whatever, your homeboys know you like her, you got a time limit. You have a time limit to go and try to get her. You better go talk to her, because if you don't, one of your homeboys going to talk to her, or someone else is going to go and talk to her. In this case, Jake, he went and talked to her. Now, what Jake did was messed up back then. I don't really fault him as much for that first incident, because of course they was younger. Of course Kevin did wait a long time. At the end of the day, was messed up, but they make mistakes and they squashed it, right? They squashed it. So be it. Stuff like that happens when you're growing up, right? What I do fault Jake about is the future. You see, you would think that Jake would have learned from the past. Even though that incident with Andrea was, it was very immature, not too serious, but Kevin did like her a lot. That is an incident that Jake knew about. In his head, he already knows, like, man, I already done came at, Kevin's girl in the past. I already, talked to Andrea and took the advantage of being with her before Kevin could even do it. And I knew he liked her. And of course that caused issues between the two. So with a history like that, even though Jake knows this, Jake decides to say, you know what? I'm going to go at Gemma. See, that's the problem that I believe the majority of the fans have. What he did in the past with Andrea was messed up, but kind of gave him a pass for that. It's a simple fact that Jake knows he's done something like this in the past, and Kevin is supposed to be his boy. See, that's where the problem lies right there. Kevin really has to start asking himself, is Jake really my homie or what? Because Kevin has always did what he had to do to protect Jake, look out for him. But Jake going around taking your girl, and he's done it numerous times. Now, of course, it didn't go real far with Andrea as it did with homie Hopper Gemma, but still, it's the principle. It's the principle of the matter that Jake would decide to do it again after the first incident in season 1. You see what I'm saying? So that's the true problem right there. If I'm Kevin, I'll be pissed off. Like, damn, like, I thought he was my boy. Like, I thought he would have learned from the past. Like, he wasn't going to be on something like that again. But no, Jake said, you know what? I'm going to do it again. But this time, I'm going to take it farther than I took it in season 1. And that's exactly what he did. So that's why I give Jake a lot of blame for doing that. That's supposed to be your homeboy. You should have learned from your past events that you had with Kevin. And then, of course, with Gemma, Jake said, you know what? We're going to take it even farther. And completely messed up. Like I told you guys, I'm not going to sit up here and just fault, Jake in season 1 real harsh, because that was the first incident. And Kevin, at that age, you have to be quick when it comes to girls. Even if it is your boys, even if it is your boys, it's crazy how that sounds, but you have to be quick when you that young and, you're trying to get a girl, a pretty girl at that. You have to get on it before someone else takes her. And Jake happened to be the person that, reached out and did it. As I told you, it did not go far. Kevin ended up getting Andrea anyway down the line, and they got closer, but then they, that broke off. But besides all that, it was the principle of the matter that was his homeboy, and he did that. But it was squashed. It was handled. They handled it. No major issues besides that argument or whatever. But it was handled. They got cool. And Jake said, screw all that. Let's do it again. You see what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. I really wish, and as I told you guys at the beginning of this season, or the middle, that I hope that Gemma does not come in between Jake and Kevin, that they can kind of push her away and stay cool. But as of right now, it's not looking like that. It seems like Jake wants to continue this whole thing with Gemma and take it to a whole nother level, right? That's what it seems like. But we know how Jake is and who he is. The dude is going to hurt Gemma, or she's going to hurt him. Something's going to happen within that relationship. It's not going to last just based on their character traits, in my personal opinion. So it is what it is. Let them do what they're going to do. Karma will strike, in my opinion. It's going to come. And it's going to be a bad revenge once that does happen. I see a lot of you guys have been saying that Gemma's going to get very jealous when she sees Kevin with Lene in this next episode. Yeah, she's probably going to be jealous. I mean, pretty sure that's going to happen. But I'm more concerned on how Jake and Gemma's relationship is going to go. How will they actually grow? And how will Jake actually treat Gemma and talk to her? Because if he continues to do what he's been doing, it's not going to last too long. And as I told you guys in my last video, if Gemma left Kevin for Jake, she would do the same thing to Jake. She would screw him over the same way for something different. She's already proved it, messing with his best friend. Hell, if she's going to mess with his best friend, she'll do something even worse. I guess we got to wait and see how that all plays out. But I just wanted to show you a classic, The Chi Season 1 storyline that kind of led to the issues that Kevin and Jake have today. As I told you, the first incident was childish. They learned from it, but Jake said, you know what? Screw that. I'm going to go at it once again. He did not learn from the first time, which is kind of messed up. That's the bad part about it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. So now Kevin has to look at himself. His friendship with Jake, is it really something that he should be looking at? If it was me, I wouldn't want to throw my friendship away over a female, plain and simple. But the way that it's going down between those two, I don't know, man. I just don't know, especially since he's already done it in the past and he comes back. He does it with Gemma. And, then they make it seem like Kevin is the big bad guy. Like their actions was, rational. It was something that they could do, and it wasn't no big deal about it at all. Y'all saw at that little dance they was at. After Kevin found out the truth, they didn't care. They walked off, was, living a great life, a good fairy tale ending for them. In the last episode, even after they had the issues with Kevin, they still was kicking it. Didn't care about what Kevin was doing and how he felt, right? So it goes to show they can give a damn about his feelings. So Kevin really needs to check that friendship. I wonder how they're going to actually build this storyline. How deep will it get? Will he just brush it away and then they get cool? Because let's just be honest. How do you actually think this would play out if this was real life? You know what I'm saying? It'll probably be over, man, as far as friendship. Even though that's his homeboy, it'll probably be over. I'll be like, man, I can't trust dude. I can't get a girl. Dude gonna come at her every little chick I get. Plain and simple. I can't keep nobody around him. He's done it multiple times. I cannot do it. So it is what it is with that. As I told you guys, hopefully it can work out. But the way it's looking is not looking too good. Maybe it's just going to be Kevin and Papa. Maybe they are just going to be cool, not Jake. But you know how these TV shows go. They, usually try to make it seem like everybody can come back and be friends. So that's why I'm very eager to see how they're going to pull this storyline together. But you guys let me know, man. Drop it down below. Let me know exactly how you're thinking about this. Do you believe that this whole Jake and Kevin thing is worth it as far as what Jake is doing? Is it right? The first time and the second time. You know what I'm saying? Do you believe the first time was, severe? And how do you compare both? As I told you guys, I didn't really take the first time too personal. I felt like it was, they was younger. No big deal like that. Yeah, you pissed off. But it was more of a learning experience. But it didn't seem like your boy Jake learned anything at all. Especially knowing that that girl was connected with Kevin. He didn't learn anything at all. So I guess we're going to see how it all going to play out. But thank you for all the love, all the support. And I will continue to give you guys more of the Chi Season 4 content in the future. But let me get on out of here, man. It's your boy Mark Dark. I'm out. Peace.